Right, it is, let's see. It is Thursday afternoon, 3 p.m. here in Chicago, April 7th. So let's go ahead and get started. But first what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tweet. Tell everybody on Twitter we're now live. So we got some new changes to the portal system that we'll be talking about. Hey, Coco Geek and Shifting Bits, Orlando Bloom, everybody, welcome. So, alright, let's get this party started. So we're going to be running some tests today. We're running some more tests with the portal today. Hey, Sean McGrath, what's up? So let's see how... I'm going to go ahead and just set up the portal to be in the place it's where I intended for it to be. So we're going to be no-clipping all over the place today. Let's see now, okay. So that's the portal. So we got in a bunch of fixes that David put in this morning. So we'll be testing those out. Alright. You know what, I'm going to close this tool with the tree so that it's not generating those. Okay, so there is our portal. What we are going to do is we are going to load in load 031. This is the hallway transition. So we're going to add this scene. Hey, Zeus Monolith. Hey, Yells Whoa. Welcome. SolarGet Praetorian. Glad that you enjoyed the talk. So, save scene. So what's very cool now is you can see, hey, Jet User, gotta get a haircut. I haven't gotten a haircut in a few years now. So, you can see this little thing down here that tells me which direction is which gravity. So I know that now this portal is no longer a blue gravity portal, but an orange gravity portal. And this is a very cool tool that David made. So for those of you that were here yesterday, you guys probably saw this, but what it does is it takes in this file, the portal path data, and if I hit validate, you can see it's updated to show me that in world 001, World 001 currently is under layer 1, and it has a portal. It's an orange portal called P to World 0 to World 031. That's... I kind of want to rename it. Mostly because then it makes it a lot easier when I'm looking for things. So, validate portal. So that's portal to world 00031. And we'll save this. And let me move this off to the screen. So now this means that in portal, however, in world 031, we've got a portal here. And that's not... but that portal is not in the orange direction, so we need to okay, so now see, the thing is, it needs to be, since this one you're facing this way, this one needs to be facing the opposite way. We don't have a tool to check for that yet. But so this, we'll update this to right orange, and then let's put it down on the ground. Okay. And of course I'm going to redesign this whole, I'm going to redesign world 031 so that it accommodates. Right now it's sort of designed to be for world for a blue portal, but we're going to design it so that it is made for an orange portal entrance. So save scene. Now we open up our portal tool. How will I prevent the player from entering a portal before the entire next scene loads? So that's, I mean, we have to set it up for each tool, right? But there's basically, it loads in. I mean, right now it's a hard number. It's just like 20 units. Oh man, Sean hasn't cut his hair in over a decade. For me, it's been 3 years. My thing is I'm not cutting my hair until the game is done. So you can see we've updated this. So now I can see that this has a, and again, I'm going to rename these. The reason I don't like naming them P because it doesn't, then I can't find it when I'm searching for it. So now what I do is I connect them. Okay, so in the game, save scene. Now, of course, yeah, I mean, right now it's a hard distance, right? But we just need to set it so that it tweaks. It's different. Oh, by the way, David Lasky, D-Lask, is in the chat. He's the one that implemented all this. So if you have technical questions, feel free to ask him. Oh, interesting. So relative directions for the portals, Unity has some built-in methods to change directions to and from local space for individual transforms. I use that in my portal system so they can be in any rotation or orientation. And no, we actually need it. We need them to be opposites because the world's gravity are always consistent. And you can bring a blue box. You can bring a blue box from one world to another, and the floor needs to stay blue, right? And that means if you're facing an orange wall in one, when you go through, you need to be facing the orange wall in the other. So one of the problems is that when we talked about this earlier today, Dave and I, we had a check-in. One of the problems right now is that I have to select, generate an additive duplicate scene. Because if I move the portals around, we have for every scene there's 2 scenes. We have the base scene, which is the one that we edit, and then we have the optimized scene, which you can see we've created here. And the optimized scene basically like scrubs through the whole thing, everything, merges things together. So it can't be edited, which is why, but it's optimized. So when you're playing the game, you're actually playing the optimized version and not the base version. We keep the base version though because we can make edits. However, this means you can see exactly what I'm doing right now, which is if I make changes, I've got to go through and then, generate the duplicate scene for one, and then Yeah, I mean, what would be nice is if I make changes in one and the portal that, well, it actually just breaks the connection. So, right, I have to then go through and make, I have to go through and then make the optimized versions for all the scenes. So we're actually gonna write a tool now, or David's working on a tool where we can just create duplicate we can create optimized scenes for all the ones that are checked off, right? Like in build settings, it just goes through, okay, you know, it takes out the underscore optimize at the end of all the names, and then it just creates updated optimized versions for all the scenes that are checked, and then I don't have to kind of go through one by one. So we are now going to go take a look at it. So I think we've updated some changes with the way we had some problems where the camera was disregarding issues. All right, so shifting bits. Bob asking David, did you run into any stuttering or hang while doing asynchronous load of the next scene? That's the big problem we're having. So yeah, so we load everything up front. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna stop this, and we're not gonna maximize on play. So we're not going to maximize on play, and if you guys pay attention to here, you'll see all the different levels get loaded, and then we're also going to click on the loading system once it's done. All right, so you can see now, right? World 001 Optimize is loaded. World 031 is loaded. World 015 is loaded. World 041 is loaded. World 002 is loaded. And you can see it's the optimized versions. You can see underscore optimize at the end of their names. And okay, there we go. So now it is loaded. So now what we're going to do is we're going to click on this level loader, and you can see here World 001 Optimize is loaded at 100%. Now I placed this portal sort of in the area where the game finishes, so we are going to have to rotate. Huh. Interesting. So, is this not? It's because I think it's because I did not update the level loader. So there's like a bunch of things that the level systems need to get updated. I think I didn't reset this. Remove scene. Okay, so like, because I think you can't update the level system unless that's the only one in the game. And then I think if I update the level system, then I gotta create new scenes. Well, I don't know if it actually goes anywhere right now. That's what we are trying to do. Memory optimal. Yeah, we sort of just figured out something that, you know, we know what the game is, so at this point we're just kind of honing in on I think it's, I'm just missing some of the steps. There's like, there's basically just a number of different steps that we gotta work on. So we're, you know, the thing with these tools is we are also figuring out the pipeline as we're making this stuff. Okay, there we go. So now you can see that, right. So I'll select level loader again. So you can see right now it's a hard distance that's set. And you can see right now we have world 031, which is the room we are going into after world 001. It's not actually world 002. So we don't, the levels are not in order like that. But you can see, right now the world 031 is not loaded. So we just have a hard distance, but you can see now it's, right now it's loaded to 100%. I can see through this portal. There's no lighting. That's apparently a issue with Unity that they're going to fix later. Right, and here I am in this scene. And interesting. So the problem with portals that we have now is that you can see the edges of the render texture. Don't know how to fix that. You can see now World 001 has unloaded as we moved away. Yeah, World 015 is now loading into place. So obviously we need to start that earlier. And then this is our world loading system for that. So yeah, it still needs quite a lot of work, a lot of polish. But it's getting there. You know, functionally it's there. Visually, it still has a long ways to go, but yeah. Did I see the free asset store portal thing that just came out? So let me catch up on some of the chat. Let's see. Okay, so Shifting Bits asking David a lot of questions. Confused 16 start up and start the game. So I was kind of wondering how annoying that was. Hey, Sleepy Night, hello. If you need me to jump on Skype, we can talk through it. I've been using them on and off in light maps. It's true. Oh, David, were you talking to me? Oh, yeah, Will. Okay, hey, let's get David on Skype. Sorry, I'm sure there's a lot of overhead, but I was talking about the editor mode for testing the game. Is that the problem with setting the oblique matrix on cameras, breaking the lighting? Yes. Okay, Zeus Monolith had that problem too. Apparently it'll be fixed in 5.5. Did I see the free assets to a portal thing? No, I did not. Is that, okay. Looks like... right, I'm giving David a call.
Hello?
Hey, David.
Hey.
Hey, so you are on the... People can hear you. Should I do screen share? Can you... Let me see if we can do screen share here.
I'm watching the stream.
Okay. Well, we'll do screen share just so you can be a bit...
Did you need... Well, you fixed the issue. I was noticing you were having issues with
Yeah, what was that? So the problem is that if you make changes inside the optimized scene, you have to update level system, and then you have to make the validate new scene. You have to create the duplicate optimized scene. Yeah, I think that's a big thing that's kind of tripping me up, because it's like...
Well, so you should... Oh, because, it looks for...
Because you make changes. I think it just needs to... The thing is just having it be...
Well, so the thing is, you want to be able to make changes to just the optimized scene and update it?
No, I mean, like, just now I was like, okay, I've got the portal here, and I move it around, and I change the direction. And then what happens is then you go into... But then you have to update the level system, right? Do you need to update level system every time you change the portal?
Update level system. You only need to update it if you add or remove portals, because it's all the level system's doing is referring, like, holding an object reference.
Oh, okay.
And then if you the time you need to do, like, the validate, anytime you need to revalidate, is when you change a portal's gravity or you add or remove a portal. So, like, anytime... Okay. So otherwise, you shouldn't have to regenerate anything. Because validate, all it does is checks for a mismatch in the list of portals it already has, like, internally registered, and like, if it finds a portal that it already has, if it changed gravity or something, like some kind of game related thing. It doesn't care about position or anything.
Okay, then I think it's just the oh, right, and then actually, you know what? While we're here, we can test to see if we have the box. Because I think we were having... Oh, no, we are still having problems with the boxes not showing up.
Oh, yeah, I just pushed that fix.
You just pushed that fix. Okay.
Yeah. That was an issue where so when cubes crossed the scene, they didn't properly, like, I think right now with the way, like, level initialization was going, render layers were getting set before scene hierarchies were getting, like, fully cached, and so it would try to set the layer for the cube before the cube renderer reference was valid, and so it would just skip it.
Okay.
So I just, like, added an extra check in the render one to where if it happens beforehand, then it forces it to grab the reference early.
So in that case, let me go ahead and just try... I'll put a...
Seems like the only new one that exists is the
not sure what's happening.
Might be a crash.
Okay, dodge that one. Let's put a box here and just see. So I think I've got the latest. Yes, got latest. So we have the box here. We should be able to... So the test here will be picking up the box and then carrying it through the portal into World 031.
There might be a little bit of an artifact right now when it goes through. It might look like it disappears for a second, but that has to do with the render layer deal. Which I think I know what I need to do to fix it. It's just I wanted you to be able to see the cubes first.
Yeah, so we can at least just pick them up.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second.
I think I need to just have the duplicate, like the trick I do for getting the cube to appear like you're still carrying it while it's actually through the portal needs to be tweaked. So
Okay.
like the fake cube needs to draw a bit cleaner.
Right. Well, at least I can see it now,
Yep.
which is good. And if we can pick it up and carry it through. So I think we had some of the problems where it's like you can drop. Hey, look, the lighting there looks fixed.
It's not. Go through. It's not.
Oh yeah, just for some reason the floor color. Did you notice that the floor looks a lot darker? Oh, it's. Wait, do you see what I'm saying? Like the floor
Yeah.
on the other side looks dark, like the one here.
Yeah.
But when I look through here, that's definitely a shadow.
Yeah, so that's weird. I wonder if it has to do like I just know that shadow maps get goofed in the oblique like
Yeah.
or custom matrix, so like that's the fix that they're doing. I don't know to what extent they're broken, whether it's entirely or partially, but it's just inconsistent. So
Right, and I think some problems we're having is like you can place a box right here. Can I pick it up?
through a portal, I think maybe.
No, you can't.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually, it's funny. It's actually it's detecting the. We're gonna need to not like you can rotate onto a portal.
Yeah, I need to
yeah.
get rid of that.
But you can't pick it up, so they can.
Okay.
You gotta be on the same side.
Yeah, I need to do that, like look into that system again.
Oh, you know what's the other issue is that the okay, I know what the issue is. It's part of it is the render texture should be inside a bit. Like, you know, when you go through this, you actually come out, you actually skip 2 units.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which that's part of the issue I was trying to solve with some other things. Like that the system needs a second pass, or the visual needs a second.
Yeah, I think what it needs is like you have the you have these 2 units, and then the render texture is in the middle. So like when you look through it, you can actually see a bit of the wall on the inside. And I think what that'll do is that'll also reduce the amount of visuals you see through it, I think.
Sure.
Because it automatically blocks some parts of the level. But yeah, I'll work on the I'll maybe do a rough pass on the if I set that up, I guess I can make changes to these
So
without problems.
the 2 important parts of a portal, like go to the hierarchy. That portal direction transform is important.
What portal direction?
It says, I'm sorry, portal orientation.
Oh, portal orientation, yeah.
And portal view are the 2 that, like, orientation just needs to have the proper, like, axes set. Because portal orientation, the position of it also is where it, like, teleports the player to. So that needs to be, like, consistent on all portals.
So, like, if I do this
That should be okay.
and then just apply.
I think so. And we're through revert, so yeah.
So why is this 4.25?
Why is what?
The scale 4.25.
Oh, I don't know. I just did it to fill out that
Okay.
box.
Okay. Does changing the scale of it affect anything?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I would not make sure yeah. Give it a try. If it breaks something, let me know.
Like, but this way the port orientation doesn't have a
It's literally just a transform reference.
Okay, so there's no collider size to it.
No.
What about this collider that I'm seeing up here in front? You see this?
Okay, so that is that collider is what the player hits to teleport through.
Which is the...
It's on the root of the object, and so
on
you
the
just need
root
to
of-
change
Oh,
it.
I see. So this one.
Yeah.
There we go. That's it. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see what happens. Sure, Zeus Monolith, you should tweet me the picture. Let's see if this works. Let's hit play. Oh, yeah, but then I need to go back and make all the, then I need to generate, because this one... Doesn't this mean I need to, like, if I change a prefab, do I need to make a new optimized scene because the optimized scene will have the old prefab, or no?
Let me check really quick. I should be able to.
Well, I guess we can if since we're running this, I can just go and look.
Yeah. So it
Although
looks like
World 001 would have automatically generated the new duplicate when I hit play.
yeah. So you should be fine there at least. Let me check really quick. I forget if prefab references seem to be broken in the optimized scenes don't maintain prefab references.
Okay, so that's gonna break when we go into... Oh yeah, the double gravity boxes are all weird.
Yeah, I noticed that. I think that might have to do with some of the recent changes.
Let's go in here. Okay, see, I think that looks a lot better. But yeah, let's update the World 031. Hold on. So, World 031. Oh, it's interesting. It didn't fully update.
Huh.
Ah. Okay, there we go. So yeah. So I guess this is a good example of where you'd want the batch scene update.
Yes.
Yeah, because you update. Otherwise, you update one prefab, and then you'd have to go through and do it for each of them. Scene.
I'm curious why the optimized version doesn't maintain, at least for gameplay objects. That's the one that's confusing me because like those, I'm trying to remember if I duplicate the object or if I actually move the object itself. Oh no, I duplicate it because the scene. I might be able to tweak that
So that you
so
don't
that the
have
prefab
to...
reference is maintained in the optimized version. Though I guess you may not want that.
Why not?
I don't. You probably spec
Ah.
a different version. I was thinking like, oh, if you have like a last successful version of the optimized scene and don't want to like generate a new one anymore.
But that's with gameplay prefabs though, right? Which are
Yeah, which we'd probably want. So.
always separate anyway, because they'd have
Yeah.
like their.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if this works now. So I think one thing that could work for the line is just having some kind of black carpet texture.
Oh, that's just already. That makes it look seamless because it's already the same color.
Yeah.
That'd be a good hack without having to put any extra effort in. I like
It's like,
it.
oh, this carpet is there to show you that it's a portal.
Yeah.
But
Well, just
really-
a welcome mat.
Yeah. So yeah, so see, there's something like this, right, which lets you.
Yeah, I wish we could get that line off.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn that line. Well, part of it is just the shadow. I mean, you could. What we could do. Oh, you know what? Tell you what's a good trick is you have this portal be a lot longer, and then when you walk through the inside, it's just a bunch of like zebra stripes.
Actually, I have an idea. You remember how we, like, with transparency over, like, if you put a transparent object in front of, like, so double gravity cubes are kind of goofed up right now. Oh, wait, no, never mind. That was a different thing. So if you put a transparent object in front of, like, the edge detection gets goofed and you don't see it. So part of me wonders if we could just put some kind of object that's purely invisible but still messes with the depth buffer in a way that would make the line not show up.
Oh,
And it would just be like,
on these.
just on the,
that
so it
part?
would just be, it would be a mask to basically make the lines not show up on those
Right.
edges.
That's interesting. That could work actually.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I need to look into that, but it's a thought.
Yeah, no, just like if you had it so that it was placed on top of that. Interesting. So you can you walk through portals backwards?
You should be able to.
It gets so weird. Did you notice that?
Can you do that again?
Like, oh no, okay, that one worked. Sometimes it goofs up.
Yeah, there's the issue with the space. So the problem is there's still technically like space behind the portal that you can, like when you go through, you're technically behind the plane.
Yeah.
And that's where I was talking with, I forget if it was RS or Lexi about like needing to do the split camera rendering of like rendering the player view on both, like, so if you go through a portal and you technically you inch your way through it
Yeah.
and then you come out on the other side but then don't like move far enough to then go back through, there's like this weird edge case where you'd like see behind the render texture and you're just looking at a wall where you should still technically be seeing the other scene's portion. So like it's a weird like mega polish edge case that we'll need to implement eventually.
Oh yeah, you know, I think Orlando Bloom pointed out it would get. You know what I think would actually work a lot better for the tunnel is I think actually having the inside of the portals be these longer tunnels, as opposed to just this. Because the thing is, the problem is when you look into this, depending on the placement, it doesn't look as effective as if you had it where it looked like, okay, like, let me show you with World 0031.
Trying to catch up on chat too. People are talking about portals.
Yeah, I think what Garlando pointed out is I think that would get rid of the outside edge because what happens is those show up on top of things. Remember, like the problem we had with the leaves was they showed up on top of everything.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point.
So see, watch this. So like we do this, right? So, for example,
Well, so the edges would show up, but we don't want edges. It's a different thing we can do.
I think there's like, okay, so imagine this is not how I'm saying that this would look,
Yeah.
but an idea, not like ignore what's happening in World 031. I'm talking more just about the visuals in World 001 when you look through the portal. Like, so that this would actually be, this part would actually be non-Euclidean because we'd be, like every portal is actually a bit of a tunnel, but you wouldn't see it. So let's load scene. Multi-scene editing is cool, but it is kind of annoying, the removing, loading. Okay. So now watch. I think, yeah, like a cool tunnel area between, and then every time you walk through a portal, it's like a bunch of zebra stripes. Yeah, so you see a tunnel on both sides, but you travel a tunnel in between them. Because I think right now the problem is that when you look through two big rooms, it almost doesn't look as cool because there's not a big difference in their perspective. Right, so see, this is a lot more, yeah. Yeah, so David, like this. You see that? Like, because what's cool is this looks like it's just a 2-unit thing, but then when you look through it, you see that there's a tunnel.
Oh, okay.
Like, because that plays a lot more, that looks a lot, like, visually that's a lot more interesting because this looks short and then that's like, what the hell, right? But without it, you end up looking into sort of another big room that's not as visually impactful.
Yeah. This also helps us with like potential loading concerns too.
Right.
Then we can prioritize the objects right there.
And then what I was thinking is you just have, this tunnel would just have like zebra stripes.
Yeah.
And then we would just put one here. So that would go on top of the edges. And then if the lighting is fixed, no one would notice.
That's cool. I'm into it.
Except we just told everybody that we were cheating it, and
I mean, portals are literally cheating. Like,
yeah. But yeah, I think this has a much more interesting visual, right? Because you get this where you can see very quite clearly that this shouldn't. And if it's longer, then you can have a bigger view, right? Where you can see like this, like visually, this already doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's exciting.
Oh, what if there's a window in the little hallway? I mean, basically, though, I would
say we use that as a constraint and don't put windows in the little hallway.
Yeah, we don't put. I mean, this is like an attempt to do that, right? The idea of this was like a bigger version of that, where you're walking through this transition area and you look outside, and you're like, oh shit, I'm in a world that's just 2 rooms and a hallway. But we could probably make this one a lot closer. So, hey, thanks, Sean. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, I think, okay, so I guess we're slowly honing down on what the portal is like, but I think that's... So, okay, so then the question is, where do we put that stretch of a hallway?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll have to talk about how that works.
Would that actually be a separate scene?
I don't know. I don't know if it needs to be.
Because there needs to be an actual tunnel that they're walking through.
Yeah. We can look into it. That's interesting.
But I do think that is the way to implement the tunnels, because then it would both visually we can get rid of the black line, which I think is a good spot, and then we don't have to do any weird tricks. It's visually much more interesting, and then I think it can also give us more spacing between areas.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah. Also, I think Zeus Monolith points out a good point, which is that it's not the tunnel is not part of the second level. It's actually built into the portal effect. I see your Garlando Bloom, and Zeus Monolith has a good point, which is like it's like a wormhole. You have to travel to the other side, and it sets it aside from portal because in portal the distance between each side is 0, and this just like this feels more like a wormhole, which I like. Yeah, it feels less like you've stumbled across it, but more like yeah, I like this. Oh, and we can have long hallways if they're really big levels. Oh, you know what, David? This also fixes another problem, which is you can't then like sneak stuff up there.
I'm sorry?
You can't sneak boxes through the wormhole as easily.
How would that fix that?
Well, no. If for example, like I'm in the green gravity and I'm trying to pick up a box. You could, if the portal unit was just 1, you can sort of like where you're standing, lift it up through the tunnel into the second level. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that what I'm saying is I think the tunnel is the right way to go, and I think that I think there's a lot of really cool stuff that can be done, and we just need to there's a lot we can do, and I think visually it's the right choice, and I think technically it's also going to give us a lot more breathing room.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Use all we can get.
Okay, cool. So I think that's it. I'm gonna hang up on it. I don't know if people in the chat have any last-minute questions. D-Lask, Zeus Monolith asks, does inside the rendering for the portals work? What?
I think it's like there's like a better or like different technique for rendering portals. I'm just doing the basic custom, like the example where you basically tweak the Unity water example and just take out the refraction. That's all I'm using right now. It's nothing special, but there's some other techniques that help deal with like the seams of transitioning and that kind of stuff, which I believe the thing Zeus Monolith is referring to is something like that, but I haven't.
Yeah.
The inside rendering is portals rendering other portals.
Actually, you know one thing I want to do?
Oh, we don't do that yet. I don't think we're going to have a use case where you could see another portal through another one.
Oh yeah, we're not. That's not us.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if I can do it with Whoa. Okay, so you know what? I wonder if I can do it with the line. Like I just want to try it with this. Form mesh. And we'll remove the line display script. And is there a line black? Is there a black material?
I forget.
Yeah, hold on. Watch this.
Okay.
We're gonna test it now to see if our
if it'll cover up the seam.
Yeah. So if we put it in root, well, we can compare. So I've only done it halfway. Could run a wire through portal. I'm actually not sure what. How does our skybox work? We don't actually have a skybox. Baron Van Oyster, welcome. We actually have we're just repeating our level to infinity. sort of, or rather, that's closer. Yeah, it repeats to beyond where the player can see. Yeah, so if that zebra pattern works, that would actually be kind of cool, because then we can have
It's
you as
hard
you walk through the tunnel be like an O'Hare. Sorry, you were saying?
I'd be curious because right now the material on portals isn't getting replaced. It's still the Pro Builder material, which I forget why that happens. That should be. I think
we didn't. You didn't. I think you just didn't tag it as environment. Oh god. Oh shit! It's scrubbing it away.
Put it underneath. Where are you putting it? If it's an optimized scene, just put it underneath the world, or underneath the portal reference.
I'm not. I put it in the non-optimized scene, and it's getting.
Okay, if you put it in the non-optimized scene, put it underneath the portal. Put it underneath.
Oh, put it under portal.
Yeah, because if an object is underneath a game component, it doesn't touch it because it knows there's like a dependent hierarchy associated with that object. At least that should be the case. We'll see.
Okay, if you wanted, you could just model a room with a portal on each end and use scripting to set the object references for each side of the hallway.
That is a good point, though, that he just brings up, is we have the issue of, again, water going through portals. So, like, we might have to have...
You could always trick it, right? Because the important thing is that the water gets out from the other side.
Yes.
Like, whatever happens inside the tunnel can also almost be fake.
Yeah, we'll have to look at it.
Yeah.
I'm curious with how... The biggest problem, though, is because if you're in that tunnel, and if we have a singular tunnel, the problem is water running through there, because then the cubes that you're bringing through can also affect the water going through, and then that would become very messy.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll have to...
Then we couldn't fake things, because the water needs to actually respond to the cubes.
It's still getting deleted.
Weird. That shouldn't be happening. In the optimized version, it goes away?
Yeah, and I did totally put it inside...
Well, so open up.
Hold on, let
Like,
me...
stop. I need to go
see
soon, by the way.
Okay, that's fine. See, it's not, where is our line mesh? Oh. Oh, is it in a layer?
It's in render layer 1.
So the... Oh, there we go. I can see it now.
Yeah.
I think I just had it. So yeah, look, it
far.
fixes it.
Yeah, so it's not like an edge detection, it's more of like part of the pattern.
Well, we just covered the edge.
Yeah.
Oh, but you can see it from the other side. Well, we'd have to make it, but this is more or less it. So anyway, that's I think that's it. We will. I gotta finish up this stream soon too. But yeah, thanks for coming on and answering some questions.
Oh, of course.
All right.
But yeah, ping me if you need anything else. Nice talking with everyone in the chat. And yeah, yeah, portals are getting close.
Okay. All right.
Cool,
See you,
talk to you soon,
David.
dude.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah. Okay. So that's big thing. We got this portal. We're gonna. It's gonna take some cheats to get it working. Except now everybody. We came up with the cheats during the stream, so everybody here now knows what's happening. But yeah, as you can see, we have like this core idea of had portals in mind for a long time, and we're just kind of trying to massage it into so that it technically it does what we want, and visually it's good. And then, you know, in the meantime, I'm also just like building more content and designing puzzles. And if any of you are going to be in New York for Indicate East, the game is actually going to be playable there. So and I'll be attending. David will actually be at PAX East if anybody wants to talk to him about technical questions. There, he's also on Twitter, David_Lasky, DLask on the Twitch. And yeah, I won't be streaming tomorrow. I got a few things to take care of, but you know, we'll be on next week. And what else is there? For those of you that haven't seen it yet, I do have a. I'm just going to link to it again. My GDC talk, level design with impossible geometry. And if you're, by the way, if you're new and you're enjoying the stream, you should definitely follow. And I've linked to my GDC talk, which is level design and impossible geometry, that talks about my approach to designing levels in Manifold Garden. Talk about sort of the philosophy that I'm taking, and that is free online now. So yeah, thank you guys all for the different ideas for the brainstorm. It's really, really helpful for us. We are next week. We're gonna start throwing stuff through the portals. We're gonna get boxes, water. Hey, Tom, what's up? Tom is going to be at PAX East. That's Battle Chef Brigade. Let's see, other announcements. I can't really think of too much. You know, share the stream, share the game, if that's your thing. And I will see you guys next week. Have a good Friday, and have a good. You know, I've been thinking about that. The thing is, the Manifold Garden credits is going to be so long. There's like thousands of people. Man, yeah, I'd love to do something. I think I'd love to have people. You know, I think we are going to. I'm gonna try to get in touch with Valve and get this game on Steam. Talk about how we can get this game on Steam. But I'd love to start having some. Doing beta testing, private, not public. You know, the issue is that it will be. You're going to have the game spoiled, basically. So sign up for the beta at your own risk. But yeah, anyway, I will see you guys later. Have a good weekend. Happy Friday, and have a good weekend.